Okay, this is a new video for me with my tripod holding my phone of my smartphone. I'm hoping the resolution and the light is good. I'm using the light off of the phone only. I do have an extra light somewhere. I'll try to put that in there. I do have some background music. I apologize, but I have to start with music in the morning. It helps me somehow. What I'm showing you here is the let me get a thing to point with so I don't stick my fat finger in there. This is the adapter for the Puff and Chuff. This is the Puff and Chuff PC board with the sounds and the logic. That's the volt regulator. Oh, you can't see it's offside. Don't worry, this wire goes to a volt regulator. This is the reverse controller. This is the Lionel 0103, rebuilt, redesigned, re-engineered by Andy, and it controls the reverse and takes DC only, okay? So we're gonna have on top of here a regulator. It'll be one of these on a PC board. It'll look like this without the blue parts. The blue parts are too tall, so I'm gonna have to come up with a different mechanism. But that board and that chip will be sitting up here. There will be a second one sitting underneath here. So I have isolated a DC, one going to Puff and Chuff, because that's a digital circuit for sound, is very sensitive, 5 volts regulated, and then one going to the reverse controller and on to the smoke volt regulator, which is a little less sensitive to noise, as we found out. Now, this carriage is going to be exactly the same carriage that I will use inside the Royal Blue. I know it's a silver bullet, but they have the same size and shape, okay, of tender. And so what you'll notice here is when we line these up, roughly line them up, there is an extra length back here. And so this plate is going to have to be elongated, but I'm not changing this part and I'm not changing its mounting holes, so that this part, which I know fits, okay, it fits beautifully. And then I won't have to change anything here if I don't want to, although I could for aesthetics. On the other hand, this will have to change. It'll be longer. Now, the challenge is, do I make it a plate or do I make it a whole chassis? This is the design, this is the plate. This will be for the Atlantics and the Pacifics that use the plastic tender. You've seen this, right? Plastic tender. If they're using that, I will probably have to give them a new plate, a whole new chassis, plastic chassis, for the wheels to bolt to and all that. And I think it'll work out just fine. If I remember right, yeah, I've already put the all-wheel pickups here. You can see that. The screw mounts, the different wheels. This is brass. This is sintered steel. I'm finding the sintered steel is not the greatest. I've cracked a few of them already. I'm also finding my source for axles is an error. All the axles are oversized just enough that it's breaking wheels. So that's a problem. So I'm going to rework them. I'm going to try to get a new source for brass, but I'm not, I just can't afford to pay $6. I mean, come on. And then a guy wants 6-axis wheels, that's 12 wheels times 6. That's, a lot of money just for damn wheels. But I'll do what I can where I can get sources, but the plastic parts are all working well. The pickup's working well. This is beryllium copper wire, and it picks up the electricity, brings it back. I solder on a lead that goes up to the front. And this is going through the standard Royal Blue chassis, okay, the tin plate chassis with the tabs, okay. So what I'm going to do is elongate this all the way out to here and out to here. I'm going to put in a notch, but we're not really going to use the tabs. We're just going to set the tabs down in. And as you can see here, I have a screw hole, clearance for a screw hole here and here. I may move them further out so that they're in the 4 corners, if you know what I mean. I'm going to put in a small piece of triangular plastic in here and set it so it's just inside the metal, and it will have a threaded hole. And then I'll drill, and then these holes down here will be modified to fit that piece. In fact, I'm going to make a template. I'm going to use the chassis, the exact chassis, and open up the center so it's completely up, just a frame with holes. And then I'm going to screw the adapters in so that when I fit these in, I can reach in and press them in the corner with some adhesive and then unscrew this guy, and they will cure in position and they'll be perfect. And that will hold, that screw then would hold this chassis, and these tabs would still be there. You don't have to trim them or anything. They'll just go down inside a hole, and that will be hidden by the metal on the outside. I mean the plastic. And this plastic will be flat or semi-gloss plastic, not red. Okay, don't worry. I'm using this red up because I bought it by mistake. I hate the color. Looks orange here, but it's really almost like a bubblegum color, my cousin said, and he's probably right. At any rate, so this is the objective today is to build this chassis at length, to length, and fit this piece. Well, it's already there. I got the screw holes. In fact, I'm just taking this chassis and I'm making mods to it as best I can. So these chassis holes will be there already. The holes for the wiring will be there already. I will have to space these out because these hole spacings are different. I did a quick study with my trusty caliper. Love calipers. And I did an overall length is 140 to 165. The spacing for the wheel centers is 95 to 105. And then the the holes are 130 here, probably 140 in the test part first. We'll see how that goes. And then I was worried about clearances and how everything else was going to work. And I've gotten all of the key dimensions. These are fixed. These are the holes for the wheels, and then the corners, and I added 3 millimeters to the front and 16 millimeters to the back, and then we will be golden. I think it will work out just fine. Anyway, I've started, I'm setting up, I'm getting my machine going here, and that's the goal for today, is to build the royal blue chassis for an all-wheel pickup and Puff and Chuff, next generation Puff and Chuff level 1 cage or adapter. That's the game plan. So that hopefully by the end of the day, I have this thing assembled, built, and operational by the end of the day as a tender. And the engine we know is running. We had it running. I put the fat boosters on the engine, and it actually improved. It runs much smoother. I'm very excited about the fat boosters. I'm going to order a bunch more, and arcs. So I'm going to just go fat and arc on the fields, and I'm going to make a change. I have a field here. I'm going to make a change to the fields. I'm going to put in I can put a radius here. I'm going to have to think this through, but I'm definitely going to put a radius on the bottom so you don't have this block sticking down from the engine and you can see it. I want to curve it, and so it kind of becomes hidden. So you look underneath, you'll see like a red, it looks like a red boiler. Maybe it's red. It's on fire. I don't know. These I have to debate on, do I want to keep them in radius this or not. These bolt holes were for adding sensors, but I'm thinking I'm going to do something else. Anyway, I'll get back to that. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to order some more of these, radius this, print some more out, and use up that light pink and make them at a good price. So if you want cheap stuff for the next month, I'm going to have I hate to say it, I have about 4 rolls of this bubble gum filament, okay? So if you don't mind bubble gum, I got you covered. Okay, that's it. I'm going to work. I hope you enjoyed this. The camera didn't move just the littlest bit. It's on a tripod. It's in a clamp. And I'm hoping this works. I'm hoping the voice works. If the music was too much, just tell me and I'll turn it off next time. Sorry about that. I just jumped in. Later.